Bliss was a photograph that was taken in 1996 by Charles O'Rear. Despite being mostly incidental, he pulled over on the side of the road to take the shot. It is what many people believe to be the most viewed photograph in human history. If that sounds a little weird to you, just remember that given the scale of human history, photography itself as an art form is in its relative infancy. The world's population has likely never been higher, and most viewers came across this photograph outside of their explicit intention, as it was the wallpaper for Microsoft's Windows XP operating system. Over time, the wallpaper has cemented itself in pop culture, and it's not uncommon for people of all, or at least most, ages to view it through a nostalgic lens. A harkening back to the time when Microsoft was less controversial. Relatively less controversial. As we're all well aware, if Bonzi Buddy was released today, he would likely be praised for respecting user privacy. Anyway, most people traveling out to this location in an attempt to recreate the legendary photograph have come to the discovery that the hill it was photographed on is now a vineyard. In fact, it was a vineyard before the original photograph was taken. The only reason a beautiful central Californian hill like that wouldn't have a vineyard on it is if something was wrong, and indeed, the vineyard had experienced a phylloxera infestation. Of course, you probably want to know, who owns that vineyard? And what does that have to do with the bizarre title of today's video? Well, the vineyard that owns it is Domaine Carneros. I'm just going to read off their website. I have no reason not to. Domaine Carneros was established in 1987 when Claude Teidinger selected a 138-acre parcel in the heart of Carneros, Napa Valley, wisely choosing Eileen Crane, often referred to as America's doyenne of sparkling wine, to oversee the development of the Teidinger style in Carneros. They currently have 400 acres of vines. With that said, they do offer a particular variety that comes from, and you guessed it, the exact hill photographed in Bliss. The official name for the hill is Le Ciel Serein, which translates to the serene sky. The grapes were first planted from 2002 to 2004, prime Windows XP years, and the variety is Pinot Noir. According to the website, they suggest hints reminiscent of baked cherry, black raspberry, grilled figs, leather, and a touch of clove, and they recommend to be paired alongside either ribeye steak, or common for Pinot Noirs, duck with cherry sauce. Fun fact about me, I actually live on a vineyard. So even though wine isn't my favorite, I'm more of a hard liquor kind of guy. I know more about grapes and winemaking than the average software engineer. Save for Wes Cherry, the creator of Windows Solitaire, who despite his namesake, owns a company that makes apple cider. So today's video is absolutely not sponsored by this vineyard. I had to pay quite a bit of money to get this to East Texas. But regardless of that, I'm going to open it up a little bit and try some, let you know what I think. And we can just enjoy the Windows XP ambiance and have an evening. How does that sound? All right, now you are going to see the very first taste of this wine. I have not had any yet. Just a little bit here. The tannins look good. I smell smells like wine, and the inside of a mason jar. Let's try this out for real though. Well, I can see why they use the word leather. With that said, it's actually pretty good. I guess I'm just a tasteless redneck. The jar didn't, give that away. I mean, I like the aftertaste a little bit. It's got sort of a full, fruity taste to it. It's very subtle. It doesn't taste cheap. I appreciate that. I guess, yeah. I wouldn't, unless you really like wine, I wouldn't pay for it. But it is kind of cool to be involved with the Windows XP hill, without driving all the way out to Central California and looking at it. Yeah, that's about it.